Okay, good morning. I haven't done a video in a little while. Thought I would put this together. So it's January 1st, 2020. Happy New Year. I want to share something with you today regarding the Sale-a-Bration. Sale-a-Bration is an annual event that Stampin' Up! Has where you can get special incentives through shopping, making your own purchases, or through joining, if you decide to join and become a demonstrator, or hosting. There are different specials. So I'm going to go over that in a blog post and separate video. But for now, I just wanted to let you know that this is one of the stamp sets that you can get for Sale-a-Bration for free. So when you spend at least $50 in the US, then you can choose this stamp set. So there are different items in the Sale-a-Bration catalog for the spending portion of the incentives, where some of them are $50 spend and some of them are a $100 spend. So I'm going to focus on this one today. So the stamp set's called the Gangs All Mirror, and you can get this free with a $50 spend. So I'm going to set this aside for now, and this starts January 3rd and runs through March 31st. Okay. So I wanted to show you something before I make a card with this stamp set. It's brand new, and it has this one little greeting down here. It says, "Happy birthday to a stand-up friend." So I know that I'm going to want to use the happy birthday by itself, and it's really easy when you have photopolymer, the clear stamp set, to just cut that. You know, if there's a space in there, it's really easy to just snip through so that you can put those pieces together and use the whole image, or you can just use the part of it that you want. But this one is a cling mount. So it's the red rubber with some foam, and then we have our little sticky stickers. I'm going to show it that way because then you can see the images. But this is the way that we're going to put it together. So what you do with these, I'm going to show you one little meerkat, this little guy right here, and I'm going to show you how you would normally put these together. So these stickers have like a little seam in them. What you'll want to do is pull away the backing for the little vinyl sticker, right? And so that's going to go on the back of here, but you want to make sure that you take off this backing from the foam. The foam isn't sticky, but this keeps it clean, right? And then what you do is, I might get my head in the way here, hopefully not, but I like to kind of look over the top, and the foam pretty much lines up with the outside of the sticker. So if you line that up carefully with the foam and just set it right down on there and give it a little push, and then when you peel it away, the sticker comes with it so that you can see what the image is on the other side. So these are actually a little bit sticky. So what you might want to do is, what I like to do is keep this, the whole sheet here in the plastic stamp case. So I'm going to pull this away, but leave the little bits that are covering the foam on the images. If I pull, oops, that one didn't mean to take that one off. I want to keep those on there so I can keep that clean until I'm ready to put the stickers on. But by exposing the rest of this foam, this isn't sticky, right? So by exposing the rest of this, then I can set that in here in my case, and then it stays there, right? So that way, when I put my stamp back, when I unpeel it from my vinyl or from my acrylic block, then it goes in there, and it'll stick to the back, right? So it'll keep it clean because it's not sticking to anything else. So the way that you use these stamps is to use an acrylic block, and then you put them on there, and they stay pretty good with the cling mount, and then you're going to ink it up and use it. So I'm not going to use this one right this second. I just wanted to show you that that's how they get mounted, so that you can see through. Did I show you that? So that you can see through the other side what your stamp is, right? So when you peel these away, they're pretty sticky, so you're going to want to make sure that you get like a fingernail or something, you know, under the edge, make sure that you're picking up the edge so that you're not pulling away the rubber from the sticker, right? So make sure that you get the edge of that sticker up when you start pulling it, and then you should be fine. So I'll put this little guy right back in here. And then the stamp that I'm going to work with that I was mentioning, I only wanted to use part of, I'm going to go ahead and pull that one out of here. Right, so we've got the stamp, and then we're going to put it on its sticker here. But what I want to do before I put it on the sticker, I'm going to go ahead and set this aside, this case aside for just a second. So I know that I just want to use the happy birthday part, and it's easiest for me to go in before I put the sticker on, and then I will go in, and you can take your snips. Some people like to use like an X-Acto knife. There's enough room in here to just get my snips right in there and just cut without cutting the image. So, you know, if you don't have some real nice sharp snips like this, these are the paper snips, they're like 10 bucks. I would definitely invest in them. So now I have the happy birthday, and it's separate from the to a stand-up friend part, right? So what I want to do to put the sticker on, if I just put the sticker on, of course it's going to be connected with the sticker. And I might not get the, might not get the sticker trimmed, like right where the happy birthday is. And then it'll be kind of a mess because I'll have like, you know, a slice through the letters. So what I like to try and do then is take the part that I have, you know, cut off. I will peel the backing of the sticker. So this is sticky, and you kind of just get one shot at this, but I want to make sure that my foam here on the bottom of it is not covering that you know, the word 2A. You can see 2A. So since it says happy birthday to a stand-up friend. So I'm going to try and put this down and just be really careful that I'm putting it high enough that it's not going to grab that little bit of the other part of the saying, so that I can kind of cut through that later, right? So we'll go ahead and do that. I might have kind of put it to the side. Actually, these are really hard to peel off. If you put them on gently, you might be able to peel them off, but I'm not going to be able to. So that's probably a little bit more over this way than I wanted to. But you can see that now I've left the 2A stand-up friend part right there. Now I can go ahead and take this, and I'm going to want to make sure that I press it up, you know, right up against there as much as I can to get the sticker all the way on there, right? So the sticker shows up all the way on that piece, right? So this isn't precise, but it's like the best way that I know how to do it. So when you take this apart, it's still put together by where the sticker, because the sticker is in one piece, but you can see there's like that little seam there, and that the words are going to be all, you know, on the right place where they need to be. So you can take an X-Acto knife if you wanted to. You could like take an X-Acto knife and put this like, you know, face down on a clean surface. Remember, this is sticky, so you're not going to want to put it on paper or anything. If you put it on something like this, then you can peel it off. But just make sure it's a clean surface. And some people just like to take an X-Acto knife and go through there. I like to do it, this is like a self-healing mat. It's just a little mini mat that I have from a long time ago. So you could do that with the X-Acto knife, but I like to be looking at what I'm doing so I can get my snips right in there, and I'm just going to snip through just to get to that point, and then I'm going to go on the other side and snip through. Come here, snips, get in there. Put my snips in the place where it's already cut, and just go and then snip that, right? And then we'll have the two pieces. So I could use happy birthday to a stand-up friend, or I could put this back together again and just use it all together on the block. So If I wanted to use it by itself, then I would stick it on the block like that. If I wanted to use it all together, what I would recommend is you kind of put it together, you know, above the block, like not on the block, and then just kind of hold it together and then set it down so that you can use the whole thing so that it ends up in the right orientation. So it's totally up to you, but I feel like I will get more use out of this saying. I don't necessarily want to say happy birthday to a stand-up friend every time I use this stamp set, so I want to have the happy birthday by itself, and I don't want to have to like ink it up and then, you know, like cover up part of this and do the whole omitting thing. Like you could take a marker and just color in the part that you want. But I am kind of lazy, so I like to set things up in advance so that it's really easy, so that really all I have to do is slap that happy birthday on there and then stamp the happy birthday where I want, or like I said, put the whole thing on there. And see, this is why you can see me like trying to push this together. It's already stuck at the bottom, so that's why I say if you're going to use it all in one piece, you want to kind of put it together first. And if you're really careful with your snipping and you just snip a line right through there, you can see where you snipped it, and you can just put it right back like a little puzzle piece and then put it on there, and then it should be in the same orientation that it originally came in with that stamp. So that's what I wanted to share with you, just that little tip about separating out parts of an image, especially parts of a saying that you know you're going to want to use by themselves. So if you're going to put together this the rest of the stamp set, I wouldn't really separate personally anything else out from here. There's a possibility this guy I might separate out. You see how there is a space in there? There's a really good space right there. So it would be easy to separate this little guy from the rest of them, so that if I wanted to just have him kind of on the side of a card, I wouldn't have to ink up the whole thing. So I might do that one as well. But that's how I look at my stamp sets when I first get them, to see if there's anything that I want to set up. And actually this one right here, this "We're Here For You," you could do that again on that one and separate out the "For You," so that if you wanted to give a gift to someone, instead of having the whole saying of "We're Here For You," you could separate that "For You" out and put that on the little tag of the gift. So that's one way that your stamp sets can just become much more versatile and easier to use, especially when you're in a hurry. So my stamp name is Procrastistamper, so I'm always doing things at the last minute. Unfortunately, that's just how my life is going right now. So that's just what I wanted to share, and then I will be putting a card on this blog post that is using this stamp set. So thanks for taking a peek at my little tips and tricks, and I will see you guys later. Happy stamping!